Hey, welcome back, everyone. If you're new, thanks for joining. Like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like. So I just wanted to get on here. It's early morning, just after 8 o'clock here, and I wanted to share with you a few things that's happening in my business, and hopefully that will help you grow your business if you are a notary, and if you're not a notary and you're watching this video, how to grow your business in general. So I just completed a live scan fingerprint. It was for a lady. She's going into real estate, and she called me yesterday. Hey, can I come down and get fingerprint? I said, yeah, come on down. And then she said, oh, can I come tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock? So hence I'm here on the porch and got it done. So anyway, what I want to share about this is yesterday was it was just one thing after another. And I did visit a subscriber. If you're watching, thanks. That was nice meeting you up there in Sacramento. I want to say that all these things are that are happening in my business right now are from years of cultivating relationships and cultivating, just getting my name out there. One thing that happened yesterday that I want to share with you is I had a guy call and he said, yeah, you did my loan a couple years ago and I kept your card and I need something notarized right now. It was like 9:30 at night. So I'm like, yeah, do you want to do it now, or do you want to do it, tomorrow or the next day or whenever you want to do it? He said, yeah, if you're available, let's do it now. I'm like, okay, great, come on down. So yeah, I'm open till 10. I was in my pajamas ready to go to bed, and I'm like, okay, come on over. But the thing I want to share with you is that these things just don't happen. Um, I I give out my card every time I'm in an appointment. I actually give out two cards. I've said that in other videos. I give out two cards, one for them to give to their friend. And that has just started to pick up traction. And I'm now having a lot of traction with the fingerprinting, and actually fingerprinting is starting to overtake my notary business this month in particular. I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot of groups, and I've said that in other videos, a lot of groups this month. But even without the groups, I'm getting people booking appointments now without me even talking to them. And I've shared this information on the Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse quite a bit. If you're not on Clubhouse and you're a notary, get on Clubhouse and visit some of those rooms, and you might be able to pick up some gems and so forth to help your business go in the direction you want it to go, and get some information from how other people are doing things. So I'm I lost my thought. um so just yeah, so I'm picking up these oh yeah, about the scheduling. So the scheduling, I had a couple people, they call me up. I have a phone system where they go through the auto attendant, and when they pick, like a notary, they get a text saying, hey, book your appointment here with this link, whatever time's convenient for you. And the last yesterday in particular, I had like 3 or 4 people book appointments online, and I'm like, okay, and just one after the next, just having people come, and they're coming to me. I actually had somebody book an appointment for a notarization, and I have on there, when you pick a notarization, a mobile notarization, they can pick they can put in whatever address they want, or I put a default in there for Starbucks with an address. So we'll meet at Starbucks. This lady said, hey, let's meet at Starbucks. So she checked the box and I showed up at Starbucks, and we took care of her documents. And this was all automated. So I didn't have to sit there and go through what do you have? Do you have this? Do you have that? Whatever. That's all done on my website for me. So it goes through the steps, what they need, and collect the money. And actually, I got there and she said, yeah, I paid for 3 documents, but I have 5 documents. No problem. It's going to be this much more. And then she paid it and we're done. So those kind of things help you grow your business, because if you're less time on the phone trying to close the deal and it just closes by itself, then you can focus on other areas of your business that you need to focus on. One area in which I need to focus more is building relationships with attorneys. I want to do that, and I failed. And actually, I just, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I thought, as I'm doing this appointment with this lady, I'm like, I totally forgot about this BNI group I went to last week. So BNI is, I can't remember what it stands for, Business Networking International or something like this. It's a networking group, okay? And they only can have one of each industry in the group. So if you're a real estate agent for residential real estate, you can be in there. If you're a commercial real estate person, you can be in there with the residential real estate person. But you can't have 2 residential real estate people in there. You can't have 2 of something. So if you're like an accountant, you're going to be the only accountant in this group. So of course, notaries, you're not going to get a lot of notaries in there, because it's some people go in there and they it's expensive. So I want to do it, but it's just a timing thing, and the way that they have the meetings, you have to be there every week, and my schedule's a little too crazy for that, having kids that have to drop off at school during the time that they meet. So I told them it's going to be difficult. So anyway, I get sidetracked. So anyway, so here's the story. I just just a follow-up. I just got a 5-star review from the lady I just fingerprinted. That was awesome. So I gave her, I'm going to share a lot of things. Sorry, I'm just all over the place, and you just have to bear with me. It's not focused today because I'm just excited about what's happening here. So I hand out these cards. I've showed these before. These are my review cards, my thank you cards. So it says thank you and blah, blah, blah. And then on the back, I have review here, and then they can save my contact information here. And then I show what I do, some of the things I deal with. And actually, what's funny is I have on there estate planning and trust, and they're like, "Oh, I need an estate planning and trust. Do you do that?" I said, "Well, no, I don't do that, but I refer people to other attorneys that deal with that." So that's why I put that on there, because it catches people's eye. Um, okay, so I just wanted to share that when you start putting in the effort to get your name out there, to give your cards out. A lot of people say, "Hey, I don't want to use business cards because that people just throw them away, whatever." That's true. Okay, that is true. However, you have to think about the demographic that you're dealing with. If you're in loan signings, for example, and you're meeting with some millennial or somebody that's under 30 years old, maybe you don't want to give them a business card. Maybe you want to use a digital business card and say, "Hey, here's my business card. You can scan this. You can keep my info." Okay. You can do that with older people too. But when you start getting into the boomer phase, the people that are in their 70s, they're more apt to take a business card and actually hold on to it. Okay. Because they come from that era when business cards were the only thing that you had. So I always hand out business cards. I always have business cards. I have all methods of communication with people. So they can text me, call me, email me, whatever. If they have to send smoke signals, I'll do that. Actually, if they're amateur, I had a guy come yesterday. He's going for his concealed carry permit, and he noticed on my license plate my call sign. I'm an amateur radio operator, and I have my on my license plate my call sign. So he said, yeah, that are you in amateur radio? I said, yeah. He said, oh yeah, my call sign's this. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. So we got hooked up where he's in I do a radio net on Sunday evenings, and he's going to join in. So it's like, okay, great. So this is those relationships. So, here this guy, he might be calling me every Sunday. I'm for something totally different. Okay, something totally different. But I'm gonna be on his mind all the time as far as when he needs a notary or he needs to be fingerprinted. He's gonna just remember, hey, here's a guy, amateur radio, totally different. So that's another thing that you want to think about is what kind of hobbies are you into? Get involved in those groups. If you like sewing, we were doing, my wife's into sewing. Okay, she hasn't done it for a while, but we were, for a few months, we were down at this lady's house sewing dresses for the needy, essentially. People that in other countries, they do a simple dress, and they hand these dresses out to girls that don't have dresses. They don't have that kind of clothing, so they make these simple dresses and do that. So if that's something, I mean, that's a kind of little cause, but you can find things like this, whatever your cause is, whatever you want to do, and implement that into your notary business in the sense that you're going to be doing some service to help somebody in something totally different. And then you can share, people are gonna talk, we're sitting there sewing and like, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a notary and loan signing agent and all this, and get to know people there. And actually what was interesting is one weekend when I was there, this lady was there sewing, and I kind of recognized her, and she was, I talked to her, and she said, yeah, we used to own this restaurant. I said, oh yeah, I think it was called Cafe Dolce or something. I said, yeah, I do remember you. I'm the one who installed your cash registers. She said, oh yeah, that was a long time ago. So anyway, we got to talking. So anyway, this kind of thing, you can, you know, get to know people on a different level, and share your business with these people and do something that to help the community. So that's just one example. You can, I don't know, pick up trash, whatever you want to do. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just get out there in the community and have them see your face doing something that for the community. I've heard of notaries running shred events where they bring your documents to shred and that kind of thing. You can do that. You have to pay a little bit of money to do that, but you don't even have to do that. You can find free events that you can participate in to help the community. Okay, so that's just a thought. So the point here is just get out there, and then eventually you're going to see some traction happen on your business. That's what's happening here with mine. I'm, for the fingerprinting, I'm up to, I said this in my last video, I was over 100 live scans. Now between between that video and now, I'm up to 144 live scans, and I have a couple more scheduled for today. So I'm gonna easily this month break the 150 mark on this. I might get close to 200. I don't know. I'm gonna be optimistic, but I'm gonna be helping Joyce out at another church, and we're going to get a few people done there. So I don't know how many people we're gonna get done over at that church. So we'll see. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you. There's other things that I want to share with you. If you're looking for things to do in your, loan signs are slow right now. Actually, for me, I'm getting bombarded by requests for loan signings, and I just can't do them. I cannot take that because my fingerprinting business is taking over my notary business, and even general notary work or specialty notary work. It's just I'm doing that over the loan signings. So I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna say anything negative about loan signings. I'm just, if I have time, I will take a loan signing. Like I have one today. I've been working on this couple for the last month. So I've been out there once. They signed, and I said, "Hey, there's somebody on the deed here that needs to sign." And oh yeah, that's the lady's husband. Okay, your husband, and she's living with some other guy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so what's the story there? She's like, oh, that's a bit personal. So just be careful. Don't go in. Don't be like me. Don't be nosy. But anyway, she told me the story. But so then I show up the next couple weeks later. The husband's there with the other guy and her, and he doesn't want to sign because he's not on the property. He doesn't want anything to do with that property. He doesn't want to be responsible for that property. So they don't sign. So now it's coming around. I'm going again today, and I'm talking to the guy to confirm. He's like, well, they're trying to get something for him to sign saying that he's not going to be responsible. I'm like, okay, well, so what do you want to do? So I'll call you tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So I don't know if that's going to happen or here, you know, today or whatever. So anyway, the point is I'm fitting that stuff in when I can fit it in, and it's going to be great when it works out. So this month, just to give an idea, I think I've done maybe 4 loans. I mean, it's very low. I mean, so just to give you a perspective, I was in 2020 in April. It was so busy because everybody was shut down. I think I did like 83 loans for the month of April. And then I averaged probably about 60, 65 loans throughout 2020 and 2021. And then I saw last year in June last year, I took a little week off. And then after I took that week off, things started going down. So I do like 40 loans and that kind of thing, like 50 loans, 40 loans. And so I saw that. And so I started gearing up to doing other things last year. And come January, it started, I think I did like 10 loans in January. And then it's been 10, 10, 10, this last year, and or every month. And so I'm just grateful that I was able to have these other avenues that I have already implemented into my business to pick up the slack. And one of those is Postulate Work, and I had implemented that back in 2018. And I did, I'm helping notaries around the country do, you know, put their documents up to the Secretary of State. And so I do, I have one going up there today, you know, that I'm going to take up there. Uh, so, that kind of work is great work to get into, easy work, and you can fit that in around your other your other loan signings or whatever else you're doing. So I just want to encourage you to look into those avenues, get out there. Everybody's saying think outside the box. I'm going to share this. If you listen this long, thank you. And here's the little tidbit that I'm going to tell you. Everybody's saying you need to think outside the box. Well, you know what? When everybody's thinking outside the outside the box becomes a new box. And maybe you need to start thinking inside the box now. Okay? Don't think outside the box. So what I mean by that is everybody's saying you need to figure out how to market and how to find people and all this stuff. Well, why don't you just think inside the box and go, hey, I'm going to go out and knock on a door and give somebody my business card and say, hey, I'm a notary in the local area. Maybe that's what you need to do, is think inside the box now, because everybody else is thinking outside the box. And then by you thinking inside the box and just go and knock on a door, if it's an attorney, if it's a title company, whatever it might be, whatever, daycare center, assisted living, whatever you want to go market to, even a bank, go in a bank, say, hey, I'm a notary. If you ever find that somebody needs something notarized and you can't do it, here's my card. I'll be happy. I'm mobile. I can go to them. I can actually come to the bank if they're sitting here in front of you, and we can get it done, provided I'm available at that time. Yeah, but we can get it done. So just doing those simple things will create business for you. So I just wanted to share that with you because everybody's saying think outside the box and spend all this money and everything. And I'm spending ads too. I'm on Google Ads, and I shut all my Google Ads down. And then I met with this lady last week from Google. And so what's interesting is we set up an ad. It was a smart ad or something. And I told her, I said, I want people to go to my website and book appointments. And this last week, since I turned that on, people are going to my website and booking appointments. And that's what I want. I don't want to be on the phone trying to close the deal. I want people to go there. My page is easy, click, 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 and book an appointment. They can pay, and then I'm done. I mean, I just have to do the work. So that's what I wanted to share. I know it's long. I hope that you had value from this. And if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. If you want to see something in particular, or you want me to talk about something that you're curious about, or you need more information, please comment or send me a message via email. I'll be happy to respond to you. So that's it. Thanks, everyone. Have a successful and profitable day.